Welcome back to the IELTS Grammar Challenge. Today is episode 2, and just like last time, I've hidden 10 grammar mistakes inside a real IELTS writing task to essay. Your challenge is simple. Find all 10 mistakes in 30 seconds. If you need more time, just pause the video. Read the essay carefully, write down the mistakes you find, and then we'll go through them one by one with clear explanations and quick grammar tips you can remember. Alright, get your pen and paper ready. Here comes the essay for today's challenge. Let's begin. Here's the full paragraph with all 10 grammar mistakes marked. Now, let's break it down one by one so you can understand exactly what went wrong and how to fix it. Let's start with a mistake in subject-verb agreement right at the very beginning of the essay. This is something IELTS candidates often get wrong without realizing it. The subject is the popularity, which is singular. The problem is that the verb have is plural, so it doesn't match. In English, the verb must agree with the subject in number. Singular subjects take singular verbs, plural subjects take plural verbs. That's why we should use has instead of have here. Always match your verb form with the subject number. Now that we fixed the subject-verb agreement, let's move on to a common issue with modal verbs that can seriously lower your score if you're not careful. This next mistake is about modal verbs and how they should be used with other verbs. It's a small detail, but in IELTS, even small grammar slips can affect your band score. The problem here is that might is already a modal verb, and cannot is also acting like one. In English, you cannot use two modals together. After might, we need to use the base form of the verb, be able to, instead of cannot. Never put two modals together in a row. Alright, now let's check out error number 3, a very common mistake with prepositions that often sneaks into IELTS writing. This one is all about prepositions. Choosing the wrong preposition can make your sentence sound unnatural and lower your score for grammatical range and accuracy. The preposition for is not correct here. In English, we use spend on to talk about how time or money is used. Spend for commuting is incorrect because for is used for purposes or reasons, not activities we spend time or money on. Use spend on for time and money. Now that we've fixed the preposition, let's look at error number 4. A classic plural form mistake that almost every IELTS candidate has made at some point. This mistake is about plural forms. Even advanced learners sometimes add an extra s where it doesn't belong. The phrase each other is already referring to more than one person, so it never takes an s. Adding s makes it grammatically incorrect. The correct form is always each other, no matter how many people are involved. Never add s to each other. Okay, moving on to error number 5. This time, it's an incorrect verb form that changes the whole structure of the sentence. This next mistake is all about verb forms. In IELTS writing, using the wrong form of a verb can make your sentence ungrammatical or awkward. The verb enable needs to be followed by the base form of the verb with to, not a gerund ing form. So instead of balancing, we need to balance to match the correct grammatical structure, enable someone to do something. Enable is followed by to plus base verb. Now let's check error number 6, another subject-verb agreement slip, but this time in the middle of the essay. We're back to subject-verb agreement, but this time the subject is plural in meaning, even though it might not look that way at first glance. Education is a singular uncountable noun. That means the verb should be in the singular form. The correct choice is offers, not offer. This kind of mistake often happens because the word is far from the verb, making it easy to miss. Check the subject before choosing the verb. Alright, let's move on to error number 7. Still about subject-verb agreement, but this one involves a tricky case with a clause in the middle of the sentence. This next one is another subject-verb agreement mistake, but it's a bit trickier because there's extra information between the subject and the verb. The real subject here is being, which is singular. Even though the sentence has extra words after it, the verb must still agree with the subject. That means it should be encourages instead of encourage. Ignore extra words when matching subject and verb. Next, error number 8, another subject-verb agreement issue, but this time with academic subjects like medicine and engineering. Here's another subject-verb agreement issue. The subject here is subjects, which is plural. That means the verb must also be plural. Require adding an s to the verb makes it singular, which doesn't match. Match verb number to the main noun, not examples. Let's move on to error number 9, a common mistake with prepositions that can make a sentence sound unnatural. This mistake is about prepositions. Using the wrong one can make your writing sound awkward and less natural to a native speaker. When we talk about something not existing in a place or system, we usually use from. Not on. Saying missing on is unnatural here. The correct phrase is missing from online platforms. Use missing from to show absence. Now let's check error number 10, yet another subject-verb agreement slip, but this time it happens in the conclusion of the essay. This one is in the conclusion, a subject-verb agreement slip that can easily happen when the subject and verb are separated by a long phrase. The subject here is a blended approach, which is singular. The verb should also be singular, seems. The extra words in the middle don't change the fact that the main subject is singular. Ignore extra phrases when matching subject and verb. And there you have it to 10 real IELTS grammar mistakes, each one corrected and explained. Practice spotting these in your own writing so you can avoid losing marks in the exam. Nice work making it to the end. We've just gone over 10 grammar mistakes from a sample IELTS writing task to essay. But here's something interesting. There are actually 11 mistakes in total. One error didn't make the list. Can you spot it? If you think you found the missing mistake, comment below with your answer and the correction. I'll be checking the comments to see who gets it right. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you won't miss the next IELTS lesson. Keep practicing and I'll see you in the next video.